Hi everyone, and welcome back to the week of Sonico. And yes, we're unboxing another Sonico in the week of Sonico, and it is all about today the Super Sonico Fairy Tale Special Figure Series Mermaid version, I believe. I think that's what she's actually put down there, so I can't really say. There it is, Mermaid down there. So yeah, this is the Mermaid version, which when I first saw the prototype pictures, I was like, I don't like the eyes. The eyes look way too big and saucery for my liking, but they fixed them, and I saw a unboxing by Go Figure, and I was like, okay, I really need to buy her now, to which point I did. I've also recently watched an unboxing by Bloosica, and of course I will leave those unboxings and those channels in the description, so you can go and check those out if you haven't already. And yeah, all I can say is after seeing both of these unboxings, it made me feel very much that I need to be getting on and unboxing this one, because she's actually quite a nice figure from what I've seen. So very excited. So let's move on to the box as we usually do, and we've got here the fairy tale style box, because if you've seen the other fairy tale figures, I can leave I'll pop it into some annotations at the end, or some cards or something, where either way I'll let you be able to go and check those out if you haven't already. But there is already the Queen of Hearts, and there is the Princess of the Apple, or as we all know her, Snow White. And the box seems to be similar to those two figures, because we've got the big window showcasing the figure. We've got the lace pattern going on with the hearts, which is what we had on with the last boxes. We've still got that little plaque down there as well with the actual figure, what it is, you know, what version it is. We've got the little bit of the rosette on there as well, which we had on the other boxes. But with this one, of course, being a mermaid, we've got a nautical theme going on. And we've got some stars, we've got some shells. It does sort of really scream the ocean a little bit, doesn't it? So I'm really liking what they've done here. I was expecting a very blue box, you know, for the sea and something like that, and maybe like an island or something like that, just to give off a little bit of sort of what the figure's about, the fact that she's a mermaid. So I was expecting like an undersea kind of vibe going on, but I think they've gone for something, as I usually say, sort of minimalist, but still quite nice to look at. So I'm actually liking this already. As we go to the side here, as you can see, we have a very lovely picture of the figure herself, as well as a nice sparkling lake. I think it looks like she might have come out of. A bit of coral going on as well, more starfish, shells. Of course, we've got the logo up there of Super Sonico. In the background, very hard to tell what it is, but it is kind of like a white lace pattern going on with like the purple as well. So very light violet, but very nicely done. So I am liking this box. I think FuRyu have come up with quite a nice box that's very eye-catching. Almost said ice-catching them, which would be interesting. As we go to the back, nothing exciting here really. We've got a continuation going on, of course, of the theme of the box, but mainly the information about the figure, and of course the fact that she's the mermaid version as well. As we go to the next side, it's exactly the same as we had on the other side. And as we go to the top here, exactly the same as what we had with the other figures of the fairy tale set. So we've got the little crown on the top there, the actual banner, fairy tale special figure series, just to make this stand out, the fact that she's the mermaid. We've got the mermaid down there. We've also got a shell there as well, followed by little bits of pearls by the looks of things as well, which is quite a nice addition. And as we go to the bottom, same thing. So that is the box. Very nice box indeed. Let's see if the figure is going to live up to what I've seen so far of those two unboxings. Well, I can honestly tell you, she is a cutie. Yes, she is. In fact, I'm really surprised at just how good a quality she is, considering the amount of prize figures that I've actually unboxed. I know what to look for. I know what sort of quality I'm going to get, and I'm actually really surprised with this one. So let's go in first of all on the close-up for the base, before we actually look at the lovely lady herself, because this base, gotta tell you guys, is freaking awesome. It is just a lump of plastic, but it is done so well to make it look like the sea all swirling up it is very cleverly done. Now what does get me a little bit, because I'm loving the fact that it has got a little translucent kind of feel, so you could actually look through it and almost see the other side. I don't know if you can see my fingers moving, but it's a really awesome base. But what does get me with it, I mean, despite the fact how awesome it is and everything, is the fact that why put her on rising waves? Since when do you ever see a mermaid sort of bouncing at you? I mean, is she meant to be, because she's not really in a swimming pose, is she? She's in a relaxed pose, which kind of tells me she might be a magical mermaid. And that's just me being observant. Now, obviously, when it comes to setting her up, dead simple, really. It's just all about popping her bottom into the bottom groove in the base, and there we are, easily done. But, as Bloosica said, she is very precarious. And if you do knock her, she probably will fall off, so you have to be careful with what you're doing. But she is a very gorgeous figure. So let's move in and have a close-up look on her before I go into those positives. So as you can see, very nice indeed what they've done on here. I am very much liking what FuRyu have done. I think they have they're getting better. They're definitely getting better, and it's great to see figure companies when they first start out, sort of, you know, like a lot of people, you end up making mistakes. You realise that, you know, you've made these mistakes, you learn from them, and then as time goes on, you get better at what you're doing. And FuRyu are definitely getting better at what they're doing. And I can't get to stay still. Stay still, Sonico. Stay still. No, there she goes. Sonico is moving with the turntable. Whoa. So I mean, this is it's very precarious. Okay, so there we are. We've got her all set up now. Basically, let's go into those positives. Now, positives, first of all, is the fact that she's very good quality. Yes, she still has a little bit of the prize figure quality going on, but you've got to expect that. She's a prize figure. But the painting is actually very good. I can't see any blemishes or runoffs or anything like that. Also, the face is really cool as well. I'm really pleased that they sort of made her eyes smaller, because if you'd seen those prototype pics, which I try and pop them up in the video, you'll see what I mean by those giant saucer-like eyes. They really didn't look like Sonico at all. It just made her not look like the Sonico we all know and love. So I'm very much pleased that they actually stepped back and they changed the face, and they got it spot on. They really did. I'm loving the actual variation of the colours here as well on the towel. So like for this dark blue to this sort of purple going on here. Loving this. I think it was a great idea to do so. Also the fish towel here as well. Loving how it sort of blends again, sort of from the white to the light blue to go in with the towel. Very nicely done. Also little frills around here. The clamshell bikini, loving that as well. Pearl necklace, they've done a really good job on that. So I think, yeah, she's definitely a desirable Sonico. But what are the negatives? Well, unfortunately, there are some negatives, and I am going to have to pick her up and bring her in to show you guys. We have, first of all, this seam line, which I don't know if you can see that. And I'll make sure I'm zoomed in. Come on, camera. So you can see that, there we are. Massive seam line going all the way down here. Which is a shame, because it seems like maybe this was two pieces that they glued together. Instead of it being one whole piece, which is annoying, because I really do think that they've done a really good job on the towel, and just to have that seam line there is just a little bit off-putting, and I think that's definitely going to show up in any photographs. Also, I will be honest with you guys, I'm not liking the yellow stars. I think they really are just a little bit too off-putting, and your eye is drawn to them, admittedly, because she is quite beautiful, but I think it's drawn to them for the wrong reasons, and it's because they're sticking out. I think she would have looked so much better without these yellow stars. Just a plain blue towel would have been perfect, I think, but unfortunately we have got these very sticking out yellow stars. Whether they're part of her towel or not, or whether they're just like starfish, they're actually stuck to her, I'm not sure, but all I know is I'm not a big fan of them. Of course, we do have other usual things that you get in prize figures, like a little bit of plastic hanging off here and there. I don't know if you can see that. It's like the tiniest bit up there that's hanging off. You've got little bits up here as well. It's a little rough in places, but again, you know, prize figure, that's what you're gonna get. But that's really it. I can't see really many more negatives with her. I think that FuRyu, like I say, they're getting better, and I really do like buying figures from them now, because I know that they are trying to give people what they want. They are putting effort into it, and they're also coming up with some very interesting ones as well. So I am actually enjoying what FuRyu are providing us, and I've got to say, this is definitely a Sonico that's worth picking up. I mean, just looking at her, you know, this clamshell bikini that covers her ample assets, you know, it's done very nicely. The colours are done very nicely as well, and I think she's very buxom, normal, cute Sonico. I'm even surprised the fact that we have got a little butt cheek going on here as well. You know, for the fact that the tail doesn't fully go up, which is really surprising, because I was expecting it to go up there. So very surprised about that. And like I say, I found all this out in those other reviews. Be even more surprised if I had just gone in and unboxed them myself, but alas, I've been very busy. So anyway, she's definitely worth picking up. So while my final verdict scrolls across the screen on what I think of her and the actual rating, etc., I will go into a size comparison for you guys, just to show you what she's like and everything with other figures, and how she sits with the other fairy tale figures as well. And I think she's definitely worth picking up. She generally is. If you're a Sonico fan, I think you're going to absolutely love her. And she is definitely one that's very eye-catching as well. Something that's a little bit different. You know, she's not in a normal kind of pose. She's not in a normal outfit. It's a mermaid. How many mermaid figures are there out there? I can't answer that because I haven't got MFC to check at the moment, but I guarantee you there can't be that many Sonico mermaids. So if you love Sonico and you love mermaids, well, there you are. Match made in heaven. So I'll leave it at that, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for some more Sonico week unboxing. What will it be tomorrow? Well, it's obviously another Sonico, but it is the last Sonico of the week, so I've saved what I think might be the best to last. You'll have to tune in to find out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you later.